Good morning and welcome back to France. And as you can see, we are now uh, windrowing our second silage field, and it's now done, ready for baling and wrapping. And last night when we end that episode 2, we did some silage, and I believe we got a 50 silage bale from that field. There is smaller ones and 13 for those 150 centimeter silage bales. So there is a good amount of silage. I believe there is about 100,000 liters of silage, and I've been thinking that we might get a little bit less from that other field, but yeah, it's gonna be a close one because I think these fields are uh, field 2 is a little bit smaller than the first one. Actually, it is bigger than the first one. Well, it's way longer, but it's the this is much little bit wider, but okay. So we might get the same amount of bell. Let's see what we're gonna get. 15 would be nice. So would be 30 silage bales, and that would give us a very nice amount of silage. So over 200,000 liters. That would be cool. But let's take the 8340. We're gonna use this one in the baling, and yeah, and as you can see on our bank account is a minus 1500. So not a good thing. We need to get some contract work done because there was a loan. mm, what is it? Uh, let's go to finance screen. Loan interest. So there 866 $6, and as you can see, we have 260,000 loan, and uh, there is a solar panels on the. I noticed that uh, just yesterday that there is a solar panel on our capacitor, so there is some income coming from that, but I think it's only when we are in a daytime, so they are not producing any money for us in the night, or I maybe even a winter time, but yeah, but daytime it will give us a little bit bonus, couple hundred maybe in the hour, but yeah, but we definitely need a couple of contracts to done, and there is a one cultivating job. That could be a nice one with our own cultivator. We could do, but for that would be a great. Uh, we accept that. We're gonna use our own cultivator, so we could get our bank account back to life. But yeah, we got now 2 bales from this field already. And yeah, it's coming nicely. And there is a thing that I like to do. There is a deadwood contract on that plot, but we don't have chainsaw. And I I I kind of like 66. That's a tiny one. Fertilizing. Well, but yeah, if we can get a little bit of money, we could buy a chainsaw, so I could do that as well, and then we might get so those trees of the forest and maybe sell them on the sawmill. But I don't know what is it a good decision for the well. It takes time, and I don't know if it's worth doing that, but I've been thinking about that. There is a lots of woods on our plot, which we could use in the sawmill, maybe, and earn some money, or maybe even uh, buy a sawmill for ourselves, so we could take some planks and yeah, things like that. Planks and wood beams. But we shall see. It's not uh, well, because we don't know, have money. We not gonna what is the right word? We not gonna try to do too much and too big because there is no money and no option to take any loan more because we are maxed. But yeah, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bales already, and we get one more before we can go to the next headland. Five and a half bales on a headland. That's pretty good. Then we need to uh, uh, mow those hay fields, which we are field 6 and 7, I believe. Yeah, 6 and 7. They're gonna be our hay fields. They are a little bit smaller than these. Let's actually anything else? Bale wrapping. Round bale. We could use our round baler. That is a nice one too. Mm, yeah, field 6 and field 7. There's a little bit over a hectare, but maybe if we can get 12 hay bales from those fields would be nice. And obviously we need a mixer wagon for us. So there is so much to do in here. We need this and that and where is it? I'm gonna buy this Verdimix. It's 10.5 cubic meters. So that would be a cool those extra 500. 9.5 9,500. So that would be a nice one to. It will give us an option to uh, take a kind of mix that I will use maybe 6.5 5,000 liter of silage and rest of gonna be hay. So we got a lot more silage than hay on our bale shed, and so we gonna use more silage than hay on our feeder wagon. But yeah, I will continue with this one, and we'll see you when we have been doing that cultivating job. And yeah, see you there. Okay, all the bales are now wrapped, and I think we got a 16 bale, and they are on the uh, in the end of the cow pasture. They are lined up pretty nicely, and and I decided to take bale wrapping uh, job before getting into the cultivating jobs, because but first we give a little bit hay for our cows, so they can be uh, much more healthier than without hay. Or I mean, they got the meadow over there, but that is only giving 40% for productive to those cows. So need to work it out that. And yeah, let's go and take that bale wrapping contract. And I take the uh, uh, mm, bale crabs for ourselves, because if we might get a couple of silage bale from there. I don't know how many bales there is, so I'll be thinking about that. 20% or 15% would be a nice bonus for us. For if there is 8 bales, I'm gonna take one, and if there is over 12 bales, I'm gonna take two. But we shall see. It's not a stealing. It's a cost about pale wraps and things like that. I know we got paid, but there is some maintenance and things like that we need to work out. So let's see how many bales there. There ain't much of bales, I can tell you. We're gonna take one bale for us, and yeah, hopefully we can open this. Yeah, we can. That's could cause a problem if we ain't gonna. So yeah, let's open the wrapper. As you can see, I managed to fill the wrapper with those uh, uh, bear wrap boxes what we bought yesterday. I don't know what happened in the vehicle shop when we bought those wrap boxes, and then we try to uh, fill it, and then it's just bought it new ones from the store. So we lose 600 on that. But now we got lots of wrap on our farm. There is a four more wrap plastic box. So it's gonna be a good thing for us, because now we got a 37 is there any only 6? Mm, okay, we got 49. It's gonna be okay. Just thought that there is just one bale missing because of percentage. But yeah, it gives about 15%, a little bit more than 15%. So it have to be a 64 now, maybe 65. Okay, but yeah. And now we're gonna grab one bale for us. If we can. $99. Come on. Lined it a little bit better. And that should complete the mission. I think. Okay. Contract finished. And one for us. Unfold the wrapper and let's get out of here. With one bale. We're gonna store these bales to the bale shed. And somebody might say that this is cheating, but uh, uh, I think it's a fair thing for the neighbors and as a contractor for us that we take one bale for the uh, kind of including in payments. So yeah, I'm sure it's fine. We're gonna go with this through the field, which we need to cultivate, and there's our second tractor and a cultivator waiting for to go on the cultivating that field 79. So we're gonna take that after we are completing that bale wrap mission. Then I think we are in a not not well, our balance is saved, I might say. But yeah, there is a one bale, and then we gonna complete that mission. 2160. So we got $1,027. So yeah, let's go and grab that. Leave this guy over here and jump on there. So yeah, now we gotta go and cultivate that field. Which way we need to go? We need to get over here. This tiny road. I really like this 8340. This got a nice sound on it, and that cultivator is oh shit. Cultivator is pretty good looking equipment in here in France. So that there is a France flags, couple of an Gilbert. I don't know how it should be pronounced, but that should there is somebody's sheeps over there. And actually, when this map came in the mod hub first time, that field was a cultivated field. But now it got a nice grass on it. So that could be how much this plot cost? Uh, 90, 32,000. So that would give us a sheeps. Mm, that could be an option. A good option. Is there any storage shed over here as well? Can we fit through here? No, we can. Let's jump on the roof. Well, there is a just I think okay. There is a that one. Mm, that's a nice one. Nice touch. Uh, interesting. And I think this one is okay. That is a nice one. And you can store some equipments over there as well. Thinking about actually there is a this road is pretty nice. I didn't notice that there has those what are those in English. In Finnish it's oja, but in English I don't know what is the right word. There is a lot of the uh, uh, tiny things that I haven't noticed in this map because it got so much in this map. You don't even notice how good this map is. There is something plot 70 over there. I don't know what that is. Lots of small roads and things like that. Really nicely done map. Really nicely. Big shout out for Black Sheep Modding to take this to the console. So really glad, really enjoyed playing this map. But yeah, we are almost there. We can cultivate that field and then we gonna it will give us a little bit bonus on then we gotta plan to take a couple of more contracts. There is a couple of one harvesting contract, sorghum with field 64. What else we got? Mowing. Oh, couple of mowing contracts. 111 and 13. That would give us a. We could buy that feed mixer with doing these contracts and that sorghum contracts as well. So that would give us about 15 grand. Wow, cultivating. That's a big field. We need to. I think we need to borrow those. There is a couple of bale wrapping. Round bale. Field 40. Let's see. But I decided something after the first episode that I don't use those on contracts. I use only my own equipment. I can't use borrowed items. Would that be a cool thing to do? So that I couldn't borrow the items like I did in what was it that last day straw baling contracts. But when I do some contracts, I will have to use my own equipment. That is yeah, that's now we're gonna do that. Yeah, it's a nice thing, nice touch. So and that bale wrapping things, I will just uh, I dis now I decided if I do bale wrap contracts, I will get one bale from a mission from those. Only one bale. That's it doesn't it doesn't if make a difference if there is a 15 or 2 bale wrapping job. I both of them I will take one bale. So that is uh, we can earn a little bit more money and got a little bit more bales for us and and obviously feed for our cows and if we got much more silage on our warehouse and fields and things like that, we will sell those silage bales. Uh, but yeah, this is a nice cultivator. I really like it. It's a 3.5 meter, not the widest one, but we can have, but it suits really nicely to the this. And obviously, if we check out, this is where is the Gilbert 100 horsepower. So it got a 125 horsepower on our tractor, so this will pull nicely. Actually, I just noticed that we need to fertilize our grass fields, and we don't have fertilizer spreader, but we have a slurry spreader. So could we just pour the slurry from the animal dealer, and maybe that way we could fertilize our grass fields with couple of loads of slurry from there, because our cows aren't producing much slurry for our own fields, uh, at least from now. Maybe next year, but now they are producing so tiny amount of slurry, so we cannot use that for our fields. But yeah, this is going pretty well, and yeah, see you in a little bit later. And I don't know what are we gonna do then, but maybe earning some money. I don't know. Cultivating our own field. I don't know. Uh, I haven't decided yet, but See you in a bit. Okay, we are now in doing some mowing contracts. This is the third one, and yeah, we got a uh, mm, nice payment from the cultivating job, and I think we're gonna have a pretty good uh, payment for these three contracts. A little bit, I think, a little bit over 10,000, but it's a nice mower setup. This it kind of waiting for front mower, but I don't know if we can handle with this tractor uh, two mowers at the same time. But we have to make uh, uh, well. Let's see if there is something which should fit on our tractor, but I don't know. I just need to check out the mod hub if there is a grown uh, front mower or something like that. Because I'd like to them be the same brand, and it doesn't fit in a certain ways to the uh, tractor and setup if there is a Pottinger front mower and grown uh, side mower or things like that. But it has to be the same brand. But we might get the know well how much power this mower need. I think we got this one, yeah, 75. So it could be a 50 or 60, then would be on the limit of the tractor, but everything over that we can't handle. So I don't know. We need to check out if there is a that would be great if there was a 50 horsepower front mower and this 100 and there is a 125 horsepower uh, for both of them. That would be enough, and that would be nice. It would be a lot more faster doing these contracts and cutting our own field and things like that. But we not gonna hesitate any. I'm fine with this mower. It takes time, a little bit more than using two mowers, but it's kind of fun and relaxing job, and this is going pretty well in my opinion. But we shall see if we get a chance to buy a second mower, but not hurry for that. But yeah, we are now 23%. That could be the because I don't know where is the border of the field on the headland, so I could mow that grass, uh, which I didn't even have to do, but yeah, let's get this right here, and yeah, I will keep on doing this field, and we see you when we are done here, and we complete all those three missions, and yeah, but yeah, see you in a couple of minutes. And yeah, we are almost done in here. The field is just almost moved, and yeah, it's been a uh, nice three contracts. I mean, four the cultivating contract, and three mowing contract. One was just a tiny. It gave us only 530 euros, but these two there are were about 5,000 each. So, but yeah, we are now done here, and let's go out of the field, and then we're gonna complete those missions. I really like this kind of ways. I mean, uh, little bridges to the field. It gives a nice touch for this map. Let's complete these missions with 307 dollars for, I mean euros for that. Collect not much, but it was fast. Then 4,500, and last one is 5,700. Yeah, we got 15,000, almost 15,000 euros, and yeah, four contracts, and our bank account is it's smiling, I think. But yeah, nice touch. And next uh, episode would be when we are start doing our own field work, and I'm decided that there is a couple of contracts, but I think we're gonna do this one. This is too big. This cultivating field contracts, I'm gonna accept this right now, and then uh, we're gonna do that harvesting contracts as well. So sorghum fields 70, I mean 64. We're gonna accept that. So we get 6,500 plus the sorghum what uh, we can have. I don't know if I keep the sorghum for ourselves or selling that right away, but yeah. But next time we will cultivate our own field. We uh, mow our hay field. I mean, we gonna make some hay next time, and we gonna do those two contracts. So that's gonna be the afternoon work for the September, and yeah. But if you wanna see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. And yeah, all I need to say is thanks for watching, and see you next time.
PlayStation